Hello YouTubers, thanks for joining in. Today I have an absolutely exceptional video for you of one of the most extraordinary men I've ever come across, and it's a little sort of mini documentary. There's so much to say about this gentleman, it's really difficult to pack it in a 10-minute video. For any of the younger viewers out there, I will say you may have seen a million documentaries about D-Day, indeed the famous film Saving Private Ryan. Well, I have to tell you that this man was there. He's a veteran, he's the real thing. And he served in the army and stayed in Belgium. He's 98 years of age, and he's got so many dimensions that we can ask him about. It's extraordinary the life he's had. It's almost emotional even for me to relate it, Glynne. That's it. His passion and his love, he's a Welshman, is to sing and rugby. So have I left anything out, Mr. Glynne?
You must have left a lot of things out.
Yes.
The thing that strikes me is when I'm looking back, especially around Christmas time, is going down the country to pick up the goose.
Yeah.
Pick up the goose which had been ordered about a year ahead, you see.
The goose?
Yeah, the goose. It was always a goose. Yeah. I think we got more out of the goose than the turkey. The turkey was always a bit dry.
You don't like turkey too much?
Yeah.
Me either.
And there were seven of us to pick at it, you see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder, Glynne, if I may, for our viewers, if you could bring us back. Perhaps you're fed up talking about it, but when you were stationed after D-Day in the radar station with your regiment, could you recall a little of that for us, I wonder?
Oh, I joined in 1939, May 39. I joined the London Welsh Heavy Anti-Aircraft Regiment, Royal Regiment of Artillery, and they got me a job. I was doing supply teaching in London, and actually Colin was in London as well. But supply teaching, they gave me a job instead. I wasn't teaching, and they gave me a job at battery clerk. Battery clerk of this new regiment that was being formed. 2 batteries had already been formed, 301, 301, 301, 302, and then I joined 303. So I was in the drill hall in Kensington every evening, not every evening, one drill evening, registering, signing people on, you see. And in 4 months after that, we were going to camp. This was laid on for the Territorial Army, a camp in Aberporth and Cardigan Bay.
Sorry, can I interrupt? I'm terribly sorry. Were you in the army already? You said in 39, you joined in 39. Were you a volunteer or were you a professional soldier already? Or?
Oh, a volunteer, of course. I joined in the 15. We had to be 25 to join the Territorial Army. So on the 15th of May 1939, I worked as battery clerk in Kensington in the drill hall. And then we went to camp on the 19th of August, 1939. I mean, before war was declared, you see.
Oh, I see.
No,
Okay,
yeah.
that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before war.
Yeah.
And so, how did you feel? Can I ask you? You were already in the military. How did you feel when war was declared?
Well, I felt really I joined the army, not to join the army as a soldier, but to see London Welsh playing on Saturday morning.
Can you repeat that to say what did he say? Oh, I couldn't catch that.
Well, there was nothing military in my joining. It was my pal, good fellow from Sunday Beer, near Ramonford. You join the club. You got to be Welsh, and you got to be, you know, you're going to stay here. Nothing, no army, nothing but the army.
Yeah.
But it was a job, you see. But then, when war was declared, well, I was there then, as a typical soldier then, you see. But
so if I can move on, because as I said to my viewers, and you're most kind, sir, it's just to move it along. As I mentioned D-Day and the landings and all of that, we've seen so many documentaries, a lot of younger viewers out there. You see, this is why I'm saying it to you guys out there. This is all fiction to you, especially for younger viewers. It means absolutely nothing to you. As I said, this guy is the real thing. And it was delayed for a long time. The actual movement, Eisenhower had to wait on the weather and all of that kind of thing. So when you're actually on the boats going over, how did you feel? Okay.
Oh, well,
crossing the channel.
Crossing. Yes, it was an American landing ship, Trans LST.
Okay.
And a brilliant sunny afternoon, and one could see the coast very clearly.
Yeah.
And the little lieutenant was looking for me when we were about a mile offshore. He said, "What's that, Davies?" He said, "What's the name of that place?" I had no idea, sir. I said.
It's like they had no idea. So it was an American ship that brought you over?
Yes.
Yeah. And your lieutenant didn't know where you were going?
The night before, we tried to load, but we were too late.
Yeah.
And the captain said, "To hell with it. We'll come back tomorrow or somewhere."
Yeah.
We came back about a few days later.
Yeah. Okay.
And there we are.
Yeah.
And well, yes.
And when you got off the beaches, then were you able to move inland quite rapidly after that, or were you camped there in Normandy for?
No, we moved inland. It was clear. We would see dead bodies alongside the road sometimes.
Yeah.
And then we camped in the cornfield just off by a road, and we stayed around there for until the infantry moved, until we moved into Caen and places like that.
Caen. You got to Caen.
Otherwise, we were about 4 miles outside Bayeux.
Yes.
So the only town we could go to was Bayeux.
Yes.
At night, and we were full of soldiers, of course.
So from Caen then, I know, again, I have to move you on, I'm sorry. So, because focusing on your final station with the regiment, into Belgium.
Oh,
is that right?
Yeah, well, eventually we were sent not towards Belgium at first, when the infantry decided to break out from Normandy. They tried first of all, and they were held up by booby traps.
Booby traps.
But then we were moved to the American sector. And we arrived in a place called Mar o Canar, Duck Pond, in the American sector. And then eventually we crept up back again, moving and staying a night at certain places on the way, until we got to Ostend, outside Ostend. And from there well, there wasn't much action at all then. No, but then we were living in Belgium more or less, and that's what we were doing.
And YouTubers, this is the interesting part, the nice part. how he met his darling wife. Glynne, would you please regale that for me, please? I'd appreciate it. How you met your wife in Belgium?
Oh yes, well we arrived at a place off the Maas River in Holland. Well, I was in radar.
The radar.
So we were transferred. We finished operating radar to, no longer wanted. So 6 of us were posted back to Société de la Hulpe here in Waffle, where we joined the 4th Ulster Light Attack. Otherwise, we just trained, passed our day, training Irish boys on an early mark of radars.
An Irish boy like me.
And on the day, one day I met my wife. Yes, I met my wife. She was wheeling a pram, and she had a little boy in a pram.
She was a Belgian lady.
Belgian lady, yes.
And how did you communicate, can I ask you? Did she speak English or?
Communicate?
Yes, because in Belgium it's either French or Netherlands. Or,
I knew just about enough, and she knew just about enough English to get away, to get on okay.
Yeah. Love covers a million things.
Yeah. Yes, and then we kept it up.
Yeah.
It was so nearby too, you see.
Yeah.
She had an aunt with 4 kids living in the same area.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she was working for an ambassador.
Yeah.
Belgian ambassador. Plenipotentiaire. Whatever about me. Anyway, we kept together, and eventually we went up to Germany, Osnabrück. Osnabrück in Germany. So when we decided to get married, at least she proposed to me.
She proposed to you? Well, there we are.
Yes. Anyway, so when the time came to go home, I was in 21 Army Group leave. 21 leave for leave, which was quite early, because I joined before September 39. So there was a leave timetable. So we were in Germany, Osnabrück, and then we traveled all night down to to Belgium, where I met my wife and said goodbye for a few weeks. So I was on the way home, where we had to spend one night in Doornik, Turnhout.
I'll interrupt you for a moment, then forgive me. Just to say to my viewers, there we are, it's layer upon layer. This man, without sort of condescending or patronizing or empty flattery, this is the most extraordinary man, but not just his longevity, but his personal stories, which we have tipped on a little bit. I think it's I really am lost for words. I have no idea, at the age of 98, would that it be so for everyone. I was saying off camera to Glynne, is it luck? I mean, is it genetics? How is it that this man is so full of life and you haven't seen him in action yet? His passion for rugby, he can sing like an angel, he still can carry a tune. At 90, and so fluent. I'm way out of my depth. And as an ex-military person, all I ever did is serve in the United Nations in Lebanon for a year. That's like a holiday camp to what he went through. So that's it. I'm recording this, I'll be honest with you. I want this man to be recorded. I want his legacy to be remembered. Because he deserves it. Would that I could have achieved as much as he has in his life. At this point, I would like to, any other contributors? Gary, would you like to say something on camera? Or
yeah. Just have Glynne, just go on.
I like
let me give you my card before we go.
The camera's still rolling.
Colin also loves rugby. So maybe if we could just get the two of you just talk about rugby. In Welsh is better.
Yeah.
Shall I carry it? Shall we tea?
Hello, Will.
Who's going to win?
Hello.
Who's going to win the rugby now? We in Wales and the...
Oh, we can beat anybody. We can beat anybody.
Can we?
Yeah. We can beat anybody.
Do you get to watch the rugby Wales play?
It's in the blood, you see.
Of course it is.
It's in the blood.
Do you get to watch Wales play rugby these days?
Well, as we showed last season, you see, we've got it in the blood. You can't take it away from us.
Glynne, for my part today, I'll make sure we'll do this. I'd like to shake your hand. And thank you very much for the interview. I appreciate it. And I'm going to drink to you. Where's your glass, Glynne? There it is.
Right, yeah.
I think we should all gather around.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say chin chin, eh?
Junior.
Continue good life to you. Shall we get as many as we can in shot? Sorry for this, everybody. We're doing this very ad hoc, but we have a noble gathering. There we are.
Yes. Yeah.
We're just waiting for the salute.
Yeah. Good. Yes, it needs a bit of preparation.
It does indeed.
You see? Oh yes.
All right.
We can do something then, you see? Yeah. We can do
You can see
things.
yourselves there, just make sure we all pack in because I want to be in shot as well. Are we all there? Yeah. So I want to say, continued good health.
Ah yes,
Mr. Glynne.
Hida.